Hello folks, and welcome to this one-off episode of Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon, and we'll also be covering the 2018 midterm elections here. As of this current time of around, well, technically 8:58 p.m. Central Time, the Senate appears to be pretty much out of reach of Democrats. A couple races appear to pretty much be going the way of Republicans, so those seats are being flipped, and it looks like the Senate's just out of reach now. The House is still too close to call, though. If we do a quick little bring up from CNN, the House seats currently stand at 103 Democrats and 98 Republicans. 0A, you made it to the stream. Ryan, hello as well. So yeah, we currently have 103 Democrats, 98 Republicans. You need 218 seats for majority, so still up in the air. A lot of states still have to finish their polling or are in the process of finishing up their polls. I think there's still like one more hour to go in California, or they're about to finish in California. One of the two. But in the meantime, we'll also be doing Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon. So we'll take off these couple things for the moment. Now you might be wondering why the thumbnail for this involves a super mutant with Pepe the Frog's head on it, chasing after Donald Trump. Well, two things. First of all, for some reason, this game, which came out in like 2002 or something like that, has a company name called Pepe. I just found this very interesting. And the overall goal of this game is you do a series of missions, and then eventually you go up against Donald Trump. And at least according to Wikipedia, your goal is to run Trump into bankruptcy. So Zero says 7 p.m. in Cali is that the time, or is that the time that the polls end? I don't remember if the polls end at 7 p.m. in Cali or if it's 8 p.m. Walter Christian, I know, it's a normal stream time. Though again, don't get used to it. I'm only doing this because of the election night stuff. And I was off from work today, so that made it easier as well. So anyways, we are going to do a couple missions. I've done the tutorial mission. Nothing too special, just kind of goes over like what you do in this game and that sort of thing, which I can do most of the stuff on my own here. Walter says play as Arton. Oh, but they're disappointing. Doesn't go with my doesn't go with my thumbnail here, Walter, of Pepe the Frog going after Trump. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first mission here. I did it yesterday just to refresh myself here, and we're gonna do Nuby Plays, and our company name will be Pepe Inc. Because unfortunately you can't do anything too complicated. Being an older game, there's only so many characters you can put in your company name. Meanwhile, we'll put up the house seats back up on the board there. 0A says PewDiePie or T-Series? PewDiePie. Alright, well, let's get started with at least the first mission here. We'll put it on medium difficulty. I did it on easy and it was relatively easy, so hopefully we can do this on medium.
Welcome to Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon. Have you got what it takes to buy, build, and sell better than the best developer on the planet? Now construct new buildings in each of 5 cities. It doesn't matter which type you build or where you're building. The mission is won once you have at least one completed building in each city. There is a time limit of 24 months, so don't waste time.
And folks, that is actually Donald Trump providing the narration for this game. If anything, I suppose we can say that Donald Trump is the first president who has had a starring role in a video game. Hello there, Donald Trump. God, I sound great, you say. Alright, so first things first. You want to build up some buildings. Now this mission, pretty much we only have to buy 5 properties. So we're going to go for the small ones. I think we just want to do small properties, small empty lots, and just build them up. Probably our best bet. Now, this is your offering price. This is the actual price. You generally want to do a little higher than for your offer versus what the actual price is, just so that you can get it successfully. Now here you can choose the type of building that you want, so it shows a few different options as far as looks, that sort of thing. Do note that changing the look of the building does change the price of it. We'll go with the cheapest though. Donald says, let's make this stream great again. Now you can also change the quality of the building, which changes up the cost. You can also change the duration of how long it takes to build the building. So we'll go far down quality and take the longest duration to reduce our costs here as much as possible. You can also choose how many different shops and offices will be available in the building. Now for this mission, again, our main focus is just getting buildings in each of the 5 cities. So we're just going to go ahead, do the cheapest of the cheap. We'll head to New York next, look for another small building. Now New York is interesting because I think pretty much it's... Oh wait, no, there is a big slot here. Never mind. I was going to say I thought it was all small slots in New York, but apparently I was wrong. Alright, again, quality down, duration up. Walter says do an all condo run. I suppose we could do condos in Atlantic City. You know, all the gamblers here. Given that this is 2002 and Atlantic City isn't completely run into the ground. Well, as much as it's run into the ground now. Alright, so let's do more condos for this one. Let's do 6 condos. Donald Trump, I am glad you can enjoy the thumbnail. Alright, now you'll see that we're getting a little lower on funds, but we have the Donald Trump solution here. Financing. So you have several different banks that you can go to acquire funds. CC Bank, Lombard Bank, K & Sons, and X Bank. All give different options. X Bank seems to give the lowest interest rate. Zero A says I only eat 600 calories a day. That's dangerous, Zero. Alright, so we want money from Zero. This will give us about 1.6 million. And if we have a duration of 6 months, that's going to be a while. Donald Trump says I only deport 600 Mexicans a day. Oh, Donald, you are failing us. Alright. Oh, hold on. Close that out. Darn CNN doing pop-ups. Okay, so we're also going to do the Donald Trump way. We're going to expand the duration for this out to reduce our monthly payment. Now the game itself is, for this mission, only lasts 24 months, but you can set it to 72, not worry about all the stuff, and you'll be set. So let's take out a loan, and we'll head to London next. Now London, you'll note that it's currently 2200, so 10 o'clock. If we... oh, we can still buy a property here. What about Paris? If we try Paris, yes. So you'll notice in Paris, because it's past midnight, the office is closed here. Apparently, they don't approve of working at midnight. Donald says, very good, Nuby. Do it the Donald Trump way, aka my way. Walter Christian says, what's your view on the migrant caravan? I am concerned about it, definitely. I mean, you know, having that large of a group of people coming to the US can potentially cause issues. Actually, you know what? Since we're in Paris here, we should probably do shops, I think. So let's do shops here. We'll do 4 shops. And before we go to London, let's go back to Los Angeles. We'll visit our building that we've built. You can see that because the office is closed. It's too early. We'll go to New York then. So you'll see because we've set the quality so low, it actually looks rather dilapidated. Now you have a couple different options as far as what you can do with the shops, the offices, and the condos here. You can either sell them, which gives you a big boost of income, or you can just rent them out. A couple different options here. But given that we're pretty much just building up, we're just going to sell here. So let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Does not seem like they really want this shop too much. Okay, yeah, sometimes you gotta mess around with the sliders. Yeah, again, unfortunately, they don't really have much of a good amount that they like this, but anything that gets us a little bit of money here. Now you'll notice that you can change it up between 4 buyers who are interested in the office down to 1 buyer. Generally you want to get to the number of buyers that you have vacant offices for. Reason for that is you're trying to get it sold to the highest bidder. No one wants the condo, apparently. Okay, fine, we'll rent out the condo. Set it max duration. No more units available? Oh, that's shops. There we go. Nope, no one wants to buy this dilapidated condo. Oh no, we're encountering the Donald Trump issue. Alright, let's go to Paris. Let's check this thing out. Wait, I forgot. We're not doing condos, we're doing shops here. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4 shops at 934. Raise it just a little, maybe. Oh, we can't quite get to it. Donald says this stream has a decent amount of people for this. Relatively so. For an unknown game, for the most part. Alright, we'll sell those shops, get more money. Atlantic City, let's see. Shops, no. Condos, yes. Well, we have 4 buyers who are at least interested around here. Come on. Mess around with the sliders. Alright, 4 condos. Yes. Now can we rent the other 2? Raise the duration. Not looking that way, no. Darn markets. Unfortunately, I don't think there's really anything that affects market stuff here. Unfortunately. Alright, well let's build a bit nicer looking condo here in London. We'll build it near this sports stadium. Donald says, unknown, ha! Everyone should know this game or they'll be deported. Alright, let's use most of our money that we have here left. Can I do one more condo? That's gonna be pushing it. But I can raise up the duration to build it. That will help. We'll do 2 shops, 3 offices, and 3 condos. Alright, CNN projects Democrat Laura Kelly. Oh, this is interesting. Unfortunately, it's messed up on, it just messed up my thing here. Hold on. Is there any way? No, I can't actually view that. Yeah, apparently CNN projects Laura Kelly is going to be the new governor of Kansas over Chris Kobach. That's interesting. Donald Trump asks, so who did you vote for today? I voted for, well, I voted straight Democrat. For one, we had J.B. Pritzker up for the governor position versus Bruce Rauner, who is our current governor. Rauner has been a complete disaster for Illinois, though. I mean, And it's no surprise that Rauner lost, given that, well, pretty much, I mean, he pissed off even Republicans, since he was rather pro-abortion, or at least not pro-abortion, but pro-choice. So he pissed off Republicans, he pissed off Democrats. Donald says, "Can you hear that, Nuby?" Oh dear. Are you coming to deport me? The office is still closed. Donald says, "It's the sound of deportation." Alright, can we sell these condos? Please? Come on, people. I suppose I could renovate it. That might help. A brook. Uh-oh. I think the version of this game that I'm using might have an issue. Instead of cancel, it says a brook. Is that German or something? I don't know. Alright, let's start remodeling here. Congratulations, you have successfully built a building in each of our 5 cities. You're on the right track. Keep up the good work. And then you get a little celebration. Thing there. Alright. On to the second mission. Donald says, when you get to 420 subs, play a weed game. I don't even know a weed game. Alright, so we're gonna set it to medium. Now I guess we're on to mission 2 here. I haven't tried this one out before.
Tear down 3 buildings in Paris. The problem is you don't have enough cash to tear the houses down immediately. So earn money first by constructing smaller houses and selling off the floors. Finish your mission in 30 months.
Smaller houses. Hold on, where do you look at? There it is. Alright, you don't have enough money, cash to tear the houses down.
You don't have enough cash to...
So start small. Okay, well we're gonna start small then. Or attempt to anyways. So let's increase the duration. Can we increase the quality? We might be able to. And let's just start with this. So our general plan is to build up some income here then. And we have 30 months to do this. So let's see, 30 months, that's... Well, let's see, 12 months, 24 months. Yeah, 2.5 years. So we gotta get this done by... what, June of 2004? I think we can do that. We can also probably start to plan out where we want to target to destroy. We want to do something that's cheap. Like this one, this property is just $1 million. Donald Trump says, "So what's the point of this game? I was business planning my wall and I joined late." So pretty much the idea of this game is doing real estate similar to how Donald Trump does real estate. So you build up, you charge rent, or you can sell units directly. Build up your cash reserves, then you can, well in this case for example, this mission, we want to tear down some properties. So we have to purchase those properties and then tear them down. But we're starting off small because we don't have a lot of money. I'm thinking our best bet for this mission is going to be charging rent. It'll give us a constant flow of money that will hopefully help us out. Of course, we could always definitely do the Donald Trump path and just use loans. I will say it looks like the loans might increase as your property values increase. That could be. Alright, let's do some renting here. We want the longest duration. We have 2 leasers right now interested for 2 condos. 24,600. I'm guessing that's per month. Alright, rented out the condos. Next, the offices. It looks like increasing the duration increases the number of people interested. Donald says, I can tell Walter Christian likes nukes. You must be the nuke guy. Haha. Bonus points to anyone who can figure out who Donald Trump is. Alright, so we got a little bit started here. I'm not entirely sure. I think this option is our cash on hand. And this one, is this the value of our properties? I think it's something like that. Donald says, don't make me deport you. Alright. Oh, I forgot. So this this thing, your finance screen, isn't just for taking out loans. You can also look at your statistics. So for example, we got our... Well, I think it's because we're still in the same month. But once we move on to the next month, we should be able to get a better view of our rent that's coming in for us. I think anyways. Alright, well let's continue looking around for anything potentially to take. Oh, and CNN is giving more. Let's see, another pop-up from CNN. CNN projects Colorado elects nation's first openly gay governor, Democrat Gerald Polis. Interesting. Also, it appears that things are still kind of in a balance between Democrats and Republicans as far as control of the House goes. Now, I suppose another option potentially would be to go to another city, look for something that's maybe a little cheaper. Buy up property there and use that property to subsidize the work in Paris. Definitely something to consider at the very least. 390. Oh, that's very expensive, but that's a large property. Hey there, Death Gun. Welcome back to the stream. We're currently playing Donald Trump's real estate tycoon, while also looking over the results of the House elections, which are still, well, they're even right now as far as what CNN has declared. So, also I should change this up. And on the side thing, you can't see it on what I'm showing here, but it says 11 pickups needed by Democrats for control. So it looks like Democrats have flipped about 12 seats. Donald Trump says, any Mexicans here? I just want to know. Now, is there a way that you can make the game move quicker? It's not looking that way, because settings, it just has all this stuff. Well, that is very unfortunate. Alright, we've finally gone into a month. Now we can look at our statistics. So income from rent, we got 115,000 in the month. So let's go ahead and do do a loan here. We'll go to X Bank. Go to the longest duration. And it's only 28,708, which we can more than cover with our current rents. So we'll take out a loan. Let's go back to LA. We have this cheap property here. We'll do a little over what the recommended price is. And we'll do the basic type. Increase the duration. Let's do some shops. Oh, that's going to be too expensive. Alright, this will work. 2 shops, 2 offices, 2 condos. Should work for us. Let's start work on it then. And then we're going to use this building to subsidize our work in Paris. And hopefully with a couple of these, we'll make this work. Donald says, I'm going to not just build a wall, I'm going to... Donald, I see you suffer from the horrors of autocorrect as well. Alright, well, as we wait for this new construction to be completed, and there are some, I will say there are some weird things about this game because it does a mixture of months up here, but then hours here and hours referred to this map. I have absolutely no idea how that goes along together. Deathgun says, I like the background song. There is no background song. Or is that the part that you like? I can turn up the music volume. It's a really basic... I don't even know what kind of music this is. Okay, Donald explains. I literally meant putting a wall on a wall, a double wall. Isn't that what Constantinople did? Oh, is there different music in each area? Donald says that's jazz. It does seem like there's different music in each area. Also, another fun thing is if you click on the little people around here, they say little blurbs.
What do you want?
Like, she's a bitch.
What do you want?
She's a bitch. Let's try Los Angeles. Are they nicer here?
Is this where they make all those movies?
I think we're about due for another high-speed chase around here.
Oh, you can't click on the people in the cars, unfortunately.
Where can I get a cheeseburger around here?
You can't get a cheeseburger in Paris.
Hey, man, you know the way to Notre Dame?
Why do we have so many Americans in France here? Alright, let's go back to our little property here. Oh, the office is closed. Fudge. That means we can't do anything with it. Alright, well, we're still bringing in some rent. Deathgun says, the title says Pepe is clickbait. I feel cheated. Well, no, it's true. Because see, Deathgun right up here, Pepe. For some reason in this game, because you came a little later, for some reason in this game, Pepe is the logo of one of the company, or one of the company logos that you can have, which, you know, given that this game came out in 2002, which was before the Pepe the Frog meme even existed, like, that's like one of those The Simpsons predicting Donald Trump being president sort of situations. It's really weird. Alright, Los Angeles should be open now. Let's return back over here and let's do some more rent. Donald Trump says, declared bankruptcy just like me. Alright, why are really people not wanting to open? Okay. Now, one thing I do want to try is if we set duration all the way to the max, we go to just the one person. The one leaser, you can sell one condo for 13.6. Oh, you could, and then suddenly things changed. Why did things change? Oh, is it because we went into the new year? Is that why? Things changed like dramatically here. People don't even want the darn condo now. Alright, we'll sell the one for that. And the other one I can sell for 9,000. Okay. Well, at least we got some stuff being rented out now. Alright, so let's return to Paris, see how things are looking over here. Let's take a look at our finances again. So interest, 28.71, income 230. Of course, keep in mind this is for your annual balance. So as each month goes, you unfortunately don't have a monthly balance, even though you definitely should. Donald Trump asks, does anyone here have a TV show? No one here has a TV show based around them. Oh wait, I have a TV show based on me. Yay me! And now CNN projects Republican Kevin Cramer ousts Heidi Heitkamp from the Senate in North Dakota. So another loss for Democrats as far as the Senate goes. The Democrats are not doing very well as far as the Senate goes. Not at all. Because things are pretty much looking like Heitkamp has been unseated, Bill Nelson has been unseated, oh, and Connolly has been unseated in Indiana. So that's 3 losses. I will say of all of those, the one that surprised me the most was probably Bill Nelson. I would have thought that he would have lasted a bit more, you know, done a bit better in Florida, given his long service, you know, to Florida. Donald Trump says, CNN can eat my ass, those lying bastards. Yeah, I would have thought that Bill Nelson would have done better in Florida, but apparently not. Alright, so let's see. Oh, this one is actually the best one. 14.8. So we'll take out this big loan here. And we're making enough money that we should be able to deal with the loan payments. Yeah, I think we're making about 200k a month now in our loans. Meta Night Toast, welcome to the stream. Oh, and now we gotta wait though, because we have to wait till the office opens in Paris before we're able to start tearing down buildings. Hello there, the first K-Man. Welcome to the stream. Dems or Pooms? Pooms? Did you mean to say pubs? But if you must know, I am a Democrat for many reasons. Alright, the Paris office is open. Let's look for a cheap building here to demolish. Oh, here we go. This one looks like it's in poor quality. So we'll do a little bit over the asking price. Can we do that? Yes. Now to demolish. Let's see, 270,000 to demolish it? Darn it, CNN, quit bringing that up. You already told me about that. Alright, so it takes 270,000 to demolish it. Or we could just rent it out for the time being. And aim to demolish... Let's see, how long would it take? 27 hours. I'm not entirely sure how the hours thing projects into months here. First K-Man, thanks for the sub. Well, let's just rent this stuff out for the time being. Although, if you do rent it out, can you demolish something while you're renting it out? Oh, they just went into their fudge. First K-Man says I'm at 2%. Like as far as the election goes, like 2% is your like precinct stuff. Alright, so it looks like even if you rent it out, you still can actually demolish it. So let's go ahead, let's go back over here. We'll rent this stuff out. Or I can sell it. Nah, we'll rent it out. Increase duration. No one wants to go here because it's so crappy. Can I sell anything here? I can sell one condo. Oh, but apparently if you sell it, it becomes more expensive. Okay. Well, we'll just demolish then. The building will now be demolished. Alright, do we have any other targets around here that could work? So we'll have to keep in mind... Hello there, Alti265 on Twitch. This is Donald Trump's Real Estate Tycoon, and I am actually a Democrat. Hello there, Dave the Hasty Man. Yes, I am doing the slumlord thing of... hey, what made Donald Trump great, quote unquote. Yes, our current mission here right now is we have to demolish 3 buildings in Paris. Why Paris? I don't know. Alright, we still have 25 months to go. Still have absolutely no idea how months and hours relate. LT says, by the way, dude, you probably don't care, but I left for 10 minutes and Ted Cruz won Texas. What the fuck? Beto was ahead by like 1.5 points. Yeah. I was like, it was looking good, but unfortunately a lot of that goes down to how the precincts report. You know, who reports when. So probably a lot of the urban places reported first, and then the Senate, or not, oh, you said House, so I was thinking Senate for a moment. And then the rural areas probably report later on, depending on where they are. Sometimes rural areas are the first to report, though, depending on, again, where you are. I think, at least in like presidential primaries or presidential elections, there's like some random place out in like New Hampshire or somewhere out in New England that has the honor of being the first place to report who wins. It's this little podunk town that only has a few people in it.
I would pay top dollar for a view of the tower.
Now, does it update? Let's see.
Tear down 3 buildings.
No, okay. Dave says newbie for president. Oh, appreciate it, Dave. Though I'm not old enough for it yet. Alright. Oh, the office is closed again. I don't agree with this. I don't agree at all. Alright. So we got this. Donald Trump wants to buy the real estate at a price of US $28,260. So I can sell this property to Donald Trump then? Interesting. And LT, yeah, I mean, it's looking like it's going to go for the House for the Democrats, but at least according to CNN, which is what I'm showing on the ticker at the top here, it's still up in the air. Not shown on the ticker is, like, the ticker, like, over here on the actual web page says 9 pickups needed by Democrats for control of the House. So we'll see. LT says, what's the difference between the House and the Senate? They're both Congress. And are you on YouTube or talking to imaginary people? Well, I am on YouTube as well, so don't worry, I'm not talking to myself. Not today, anyways. So a lot of the... Do I need to bring in more money? I almost wonder if I do. But these guys aren't going to give me much as far as a loan goes. Probably because I've taken out a bunch from these guys. So do I build this up then? Or do I just sell the property? $282,26290. Let's try that. You sold the real estate to Trump. And we made a little bit more money. Because now we gotta find other things that we have to buy around here. Oh, interesting. Value of buildings owned and value of Trump's buildings. That's interesting. So anyways, LT, going to your question about what's the difference between the House and the Senate. So the Senate, each state provides 2 senators that go to the Senate. So there's 100 total senators for 50 states. The House members are determined by population, though there's also some weird things with that population because the total number of House members is set at 435. So pretty much it can kind of get a little skewed because you have House members in like California representing more people than House members in, say, Wyoming, for example. Even though they're supposed to be kind of more proportional for what their representation are, there's like a certain law that was enacted back in like the 20s or 30s or whatever that set the number of House members, and until that law changes, well, things are just kind of stuck as they are. All right, let's see, how are our finances looking? Interest 227, income from rent 802. So we're still bringing in more income than we're spending, and we still have quite a bit of time to go. So should I perhaps look for another, or I could renovate possibly as well. Over allocated floors. Oh, do you have to increase quality? Is that? No. So, oh, okay. So renovating is actually, so once you set it, you can't, okay. You're kind of set. So like this building, for example, each is like 6 floors, apparently, even though it's not 6 floors. Well, I guess it actually is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So does that actually, let's go look at our Paris building, for example. So Paris, we have also 6 floors. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So does that actually apply to everything around here? It might. So I'm thinking that if you build more sections into here, so if we did 3, 3, and 3, it would actually be a 9-floor building here, I think. Okay, now I gotta try that out. Is anyone gonna give me more of a loan? No. Darn you people. You loan sharks. Well, let's look for some more cheap property to make money off of. 425. 2475. That might work. Okay. So let's increase the duration. 3, 4. Oh, that's gonna kind of be a little really expensive here. Let's take out another loan. Okay, so they're willing to... So I think you can take out more the more property you own. It's probably like collateral or whatever. So we'll do a loan from these guys. Oh, the office is closed now. Let's wait for the office to open. Now, does it change what you can offer or what you can get? No. It doesn't look like it changes between cities as far as the amount that's offered here. Let's see, more updates from CNN, still pretty much around the same as far as the totals go between the Democrats and Republicans, at least as far as declared races go. Let's see, do they actually have a map? So they do actually have a map here. I don't want to... okay. We'll zoom around. It looks like a large section of the states going up to like New Mexico and that have been declared. Certain races haven't been. So still a lot of places in California, Nevada, Oregon, Idaho, and Washington. As well as Alaska and Hawaii. Alaska and Hawaii is probably not going to be declared for till like after this stream is done though, so. Alright, so our office is open here. Take out the loan, go here. Oh wait, increase duration, there we go. Alright, so I could do this for 9 floors, 176, or 1,768,000. Any better? Not really. Okay, let's try this. Or maybe not. Maybe it is just the building type, because this looks, if you look at the building type, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so. Or maybe not. Because this one does actually look taller. Okay, well that's a neat little thing about this game then. Is the more things you place, the more floors there actually are in the building. So let's see, currently we are at September of 2002. We're going till about June of 2004, so we still have plenty of time to go before things are decided in this game. We can only take out one more loan though. But we can take out a pretty sizable loan. And it's over $1 million. $1.4 million, so I think if we're careful, we can make this work. We just gotta bring in more rent. Interest 410. Revenue. Let's see. Rent. 1.183 million. Okay. And it looks like Trump is just sitting on the land here. Trump Enterprises, neutral, okay. So I'm guessing that later on in the game you go up against Trump and you have to kind of undercut him somehow. Not entirely sure how you'll go about doing it, but it'll be interesting to see at the very least. Alright, so I want to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that how many floors it was? 3, 4. I thought it was supposed to be 9. Oh, this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay. Alright, well that's kind of neat then. So it actually does change how many floors are in the building based on how many floors you actually set up in it. So that's a nice little thing about this game here. Now to do the rent. So we'll do the longest duration. Let's see, go for the... So one person will rent it out for 28.6. You can do 2 at 550, 200. Yeah, we'll just do that. I just want to try something here. If we do one at the highest price, and then lower it for the other 3. Oh, it looks like it's... Oh, wait. Not entirely sure if it makes much of a difference or not. And another update from CNN. Apparently Democrats are close to taking the House. So now it's up to 7 pickups needed by Democrats for control of the House. So they are making it closer. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if this is making a difference doing it at the highest price for one condo, then going to the next lowest price possible. We can do that for 33.4. Yeah, I think I'll just do that. I think it might just be averaging it out between everything there. Alright, so we're generating a decent amount of rent. Our total loans that are outstanding, well, our monthly payment anyways, we have 56,000 plus, well, 13,000, so that's 69,000 and another 28, 69,89. It's about 97,000, I think, a month, give or take. So let's see, value of the buildings, assets, reputation. Not entirely sure what all of these little buttons do. Hey, our high score beats Trump. I would hope so anyways. Alright, so right now we are at the point in the game where we're kind of just waiting it out. Again, I really, really wish there was a way that we could speed this game up. Oh, you can zoom out. Even though it's a little backwards, because you would think hitting the plus would zoom in, but no. It's the minus that zooms in. I will say nothing about whatever they decided to do as far as all of this goes. Some of the game design in this game is a little funky. Yeah, I'm looking, there's nothing that I'm seeing that can let you speed up time. How much do we have? We have 21 months, so we still have a lot of opportunity. Now this one's not letting me take out a lot of a loan, which is kind of depressing. Would it help if I renovated? Well, this one I can't renovate. That's all maxed out. If I go to LA. Oh, the office is closed again. On the election front, Republicans, at least as far as declared winners, are currently ahead by 3 versus the Democrats. It'll be interesting to see, though, if the Democrats do take the House, what manner of actions they're going to take first. Because really, I mean, even if they wanted to do bills, I don't see much being done given the state of the Senate. So I think Democrats are probably going to focus more on what is going on with the administration overall, and probably do more investigation sort of actions, which is going to be interesting, given everything that's been going on. So we'll see what happens. Alright, now if I wanted to renovate, I can renovate for 80,000. That might give me a better option as far as potentially taking another loan out. I'm noticing that this says sale of units 168.7k. Oh, I think that was from that one shop that I sold on the building that I demolished before. I think, anyways.
Where can I get a cheeseburger around here?
Let's see, this one is 900,000. Facts Matter says Senate is looking like 55 to 56 Republicans. Yeah, it's the Senate has been a bit of a disaster for Democrats in this election. That much is pretty much being shown. Unfortunately, a lot of the circumstances just going into the election were looking pretty bad, given that more Democrats were up for re-election than Republicans. I mean, Republicans pretty much started with like 43 seats before the election. Facts matter. Gerrymandering has nothing to do with the Senate. If there's one thing that Democrats can't complain about, it's the Senate as far as gerrymandering goes. Now, voter suppression stuff, that's an entirely different matter. That'll be interesting to see what happens in the next statewide elections in Florida, given that, oh, Facts Matter says meant the House. Yeah, you know, I mean, there's still a lot to be done as far as gerrymandering goes with the House. I mean, and this goes to just on both Democrat and Republican states, gerrymandering is just complete mess, which is like why people like Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to lead the fight against gerrymandering might be a good thing, you know, as a moderate Republican. But then again, Schwarzenegger is probably hated by a good portion of those on the far right of the Republican Party. So, welcome back, Mr. Donald Trump. Nothing too much. You haven't missed too much. I've just been taking up buildings and that sort of thing. I have to say, I am very disappointed that this game does not, as far as I can see, have a way to speed it up. So, we've kind of been stuck here. Oh, another alert from CNN. Michigan and Minnesota will elect the first 2 Muslim women to Congress. CNN projects. Interesting. Facts Matter says, I'm still looking for this wave. House means nothing when you have the Senate and the President. Still get the judges and probably Ginsburg not going to make it. Harem. So as far as... Oh, I thought for a moment that I had like real estate options here. So as far as the House goes, I mean, the biggest thing that Democrats are going to be able to do with the House is do investigations. And I mean, there is a boatload of investigations that they can do. Whether it be emoluments or just any other manner of things here. Ooh, this one is going for 652. Let's buy this one to demolish. Okay, so why is there a check mark on Democrats now, all of a sudden? Yeah, I don't know why CNN gave a check mark to Democrats. Are they then believing that Democrats are going to take the House then? That would be my guess. Let me turn on the TV here for a moment to get a better view on it. All right, so how much to demolish this place now? So let's see. Andrew Gillum in Florida is conceding. Looks like the total difference is probably about 80,000 between the two right now, with 99% of the precincts reporting. He definitely brought it closer than probably a lot of Republicans wanted. Facts Matter says investigations mean nothing when you don't have the votes to impeach. Just deploy and waste of tax dollars. Well, I mean, if you're talking about waste of tax dollars, just look at the the tax scam that Republicans passed. I mean, you know, we're looking at almost $1 trillion deficit, and we're not even in the middle of a recession right now. So yeah, that's just a big mess. Let's see. Dianne Feinstein is projected as the winner. Well, that was pretty much expected. Let's see. And Tina Smith in the Minnesota Senate is expected to win as well. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'll keep MSNBC on the TV being quiet in the side for the time being. Facts Matter says Missouri is getting crushed. Oh, with McCaskill. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, if I open this up, I'm going to end up messing it completely up, probably. Let's Let's open this into a new tab here real quick. So Senate, Missouri, Holly is, let's see, 75% are reporting. Holly is at 54% and McCaskill is at 42.1%. So yeah, it's not looking too good right now, depending on... Although St. Louis County, where there would definitely be a big Democratic presence, is only 45% in. So there's still quite a few votes that can come in for McCaskill, even though it doesn't necessarily look good. But still a lot to be determined in all of this. Alright, we can close that out for the time being. Alright, back to work here. So we've demolished the one building. And we've got to demolish one more around here. Although I suppose demolishing that building does let me do this now. Take out the loan. Now we just got to target one more cheap building around here. This'll work. And demolish. 150,000. I have it. Oh, I said no. One thing for... Is it just me, or should yes generally be on the right-hand side in most games and no on the left-hand side? Because on multiple occasions when going through this game, I've hit no, meaning to click yes. I don't know. It might just be me, but it feels weird. Alright, so now we just gotta wait for these buildings to be demolished, and then we'll be all set. Or, well, one more building to be demolished. Assuming selling this one to Trump didn't mess anything up. Just let's see.
Tear down 3 buildings in Paris. The problem.
Yep, just tear down 3 buildings in Paris. Yeah, I think the biggest thing with investigations that Democrats will be able to do is kind of setting up the groundwork for what the FBI investigation has been doing. And kind of providing it the cover that it needs. I mean, ultimately, we're going to be approaching a constitutional crisis, given everything that's been going on. So it'll be interesting. Facts Matter says, Republicans will never learn. If... I'm confused on what exactly we're saying there about immigration. If they went, oh, if they focused on immigration and the wall first instead of Obamacare. Okay, I understand what you're saying now. Excellent, you have successfully teared down 3 buildings in the beautiful city of Paris. The French thank you for your compassion. Stay on track, Donald is waiting. This really does sound like a Donald Trump game. And apparently we get the same little cinematic there. Interesting. Alright. For some reason, they keep renaming me to Ruthless Rick for some reason. Pepe Inc. And back to Pepe. Okay. Do medium. And let's go for mission 3 now.
Corner the market in London in 60 months. This sounds easy, but you have to act quickly to earn the money required to buy up every building in London. Don't move without strategy.
So we have to buy every building in London, and we have 60 months to do it. Ooh. Well, given how slow this game has been going, this might be the last thing we do today. Alright, best bet I'm thinking is start cheap. This place is cheap, so we'll do that. We'll buy this. Let's go duration. Oh, I actually have quite a bit of money to work with, though. So 2.6 million. Let's go big on quality. And I kind of want to stand out. We'll do this building type. Facts Matter says Slumlord. Do all condos then? Well, let's see. So if we do 4, 4, and 4, it's 3,071,000. If I did all 12 in condos, 3,071,000. Okay. So it's the same for pretty much all of them. So we'll do 4, 4, and 4. And let's do this one as well. Kind of on a similar premise. Aim big on quality. 4, 4, and 4. Now apparently it's cheaper to do it to do 4, 4, and 4 here with a large one, though I guess maybe it's just because, oh wait, change the style. I think we were something like this. Okay, just a little bit more expensive. Ooh, I kind of like the look of that building. Let's see.
Corner the market in London in 60 months.
Okay, I wanted to just double check and make sure that it did say every property there. Facts Matter asks, are you a fan of Red Dead 2? Thinking it's probably the game of the year. I actually haven't gotten into it. I've never played the first one, or even like Red Dead Revolver before that. So I haven't had the chance to actually get into the whole game and all of that. So that's kind of disappointing. Certainly if I did, it would I'd probably be much more interested in it. I think I can get like Red Dead Redemption 1 on the Xbox One. I think it might be one of those that are backwards compatible. You know, given that they haven't put the game on PC. Facts Matter says, missing out, man. I know. It might be something that I consider. It's just that there's so many other things going on too that it's kind of like it's hard to focus on just one thing, I guess. So NBC News is reporting Democrats take the House, Republicans keep the Senate. Interesting. Facts Matter says absolutely crazy shit you can do. Feed people to animals or watch them run over by trains. Okay, that is kind of neat, I have to say. Although I think I did hear something about feeding people to animals or that sort of thing. Like feeding people to pigs. Alright, well it looks like I have quite a bit of potential as far as loans that I can take out. It's good to know. I'm not gonna aim to do it just yet though. Let's go for one more large building though. Again, aim for big quality, reduce the duration. Let's focus this one. Let's see if I did 4, 4, and 4. Or 5, 5, and 5. It's 5 million to do it. But you know what? I think we'll do it. You can build a maximum of 12 floors. Oh, hell. Alright, we have openings now. So I have 4 vacant shops. Let's go to 4 buyers. Sell all... Oh, I don't want to sell. I want to rent. Because renting will help me out with being able to do loans. Increase the duration, increase the price as much as possible. Uh-oh, suddenly there's less interest in the condo markets. Facts Matter says Ohio votes in a Republican governor. Oh, I thought for a moment it was actually going to go the other way. Well, I guess Ohio really likes Republican governors. Blech. Yeah, fortunately Illinois here got rid of Rauner. Because Rauner was just a complete mess. Did I mess up that previous one? I may have. Alright, well, it's looking like offices might be the big thing here. Can I sell the offices? Wait, vacant shops. I thought I did the shops, but apparently I didn't. Oh, I think it's just because it's a new day. Yeah, I don't know why Ohio decided to vote in another Republican governor. It's not like, I mean, to me, Kasich just hasn't done much for Ohio. Facts Matter says Illinois governors suck, so they voted in the guy who wanted to buy the Senate seat. Just wondering if this one doesn't end up in prison. God, I hate living in Chicago. Oh, Facts Matter. Well, I think we may have talked about this before, about the fact that you live in Chicago. Yeah, I live south of Chicago. But, yeah, I think the fact of the matter is, like, I mean, yeah, Pritzker does have potential to end up being another Illinois governor that goes to prison. Hopefully he keeps his nose clean out of any potential things that might get him in trouble, any more than he's already gotten in trouble from some of his statements and that sort of thing. Facts Matter says not a fan of Kasich, or however he spells it. Yeah, I mean, you know, he tries to paint himself as a moderate, but he is not a moderate Republican at all. I'm sure he's going to try to run in 2020 potentially against Trump. You know, depending on what Trump does and all. Oh, I selected the wrong one. Facts Matter says he's a globalist type shill. Well, I mean, that is what a lot of Republicans are. I mean, a lot of them do support free trade and that sort of thing. Which, free trade is good. The problem is that free trade creates a lot of inequality. And you kind of have to balance out that inequality then. Which you do by doing things like taxes, for example. Alright, it's only been 2 months and we already have 3 buildings here. Yeah, I think we're going to probably continue around the same idea of what we're doing, building up good-looking properties around here. And then go for the more slum locations to take after that. Facts Matter says both parties are globalists. Yeah, I mean, you know, there are sections of the Democratic Party that are very much against free trade and that sort of thing. Did my thing get messed up here? I just realized my little thing got messed up. Hold on. How did I do this? Was it properties? It wasn't properties. It was transform, edit transform, and then get rid of the crop that's on the left. Oh, nope, that made it worse. That's not it. 80? No. How about 20? Okay, that's much better. I was cutting off the Republican number there. Darn CNN expanding out their thing or whatever happened there. Alright, my little ticker is much better now. Anyways, going back to what we were talking about. So yeah, the Democrats are kind of globalist as well. But part of the thing about that is, you know, Democrats at least believe in taxes for the people who are making a lot. Donald Trump, your Wi-Fi went out, but you're back. Hooray! Oh, stupid office closing. But yeah, I mean, you know, you kind of have to use taxes to kind of balance things out, because otherwise you're just going to have a lot of discrepancies as far as, you know, people that luck out as far as the markets go versus people that, you know, have a, I guess, worse luck in the end, you know. Quality, duration up. Alright, let's do... No, I think we'll continue doing the 4, 4, and 4. Seems to work the best here. Also looking around to get some ideas about potential other buildings I could buy around here. This one has a great location, it's just its condition and size aren't as good. Now this one is very nice, it's just very expensive. Facts Matter says, do you think it should be allowed to hold a government seat, being with having dual citizenship? Oh, Facts Matter, don't tell me you're bringing up the thing about Jewish citizenship. That talking point. Donald Trump says, why don't Democrats and Republicans do anything about the US internet problem? For example, North Korea has internet that's 10 times faster than us and 10 times cheaper. I think you meant South Korea. North Korea probably has really bad internet. There's only like one person on Steam in North Korea. And it's probably Kim Jong-un. As to the internet question, yeah, I mean, that again, that's another thing that is, well, I mean, the internet is pretty much core infrastructure. But Republicans don't want to necessarily treat it like core infrastructure. You know, Republicans, especially as far as the regulation portion, oh no, definitely can't have that. Ajit Pai would be very upset. Facts Matter says, nah, just can be loyal to 2 countries is what I'm getting at. Well, certainly I would say that I personally believe that you really shouldn't have dual citizenship for 2 countries. But I'll also say that that whole thing has been a talking point of those on the far right. You know, the anti-Semites, far right, about saying that, about talking about, like, you know, that any person who has a Jewish heritage can claim citizenship in Israel just by going there or whatever. And I mean, sure, Israel might offer that, but it doesn't make them automatically a dual citizen. So, and yes, I do check out a lot of that far right stuff, at least on some sites, just to have a general idea of what they think about, and it's just maddening. Oh, we still got plenty of time to go. Only problem is, it's just if we continue at this speed, oh, it will take forever. I think I'll go to the 2-hour mark. And then we can probably do a general overview of the election overall, and then of the game as well, I think. Donald says they did offer that before we bombed them. Alright, we want 4 of them, and rent out the shops. Alright, what is going to be the next target here? I don't necessarily want to do another property like that, just because it takes about 5 million to do one of those really good properties that I've been doing. Donald Trump says, well, time to play some Fallout 4. Oh, you sound very familiar, like someone else who likes to play Fallout 4. I suppose I could buy this nice building that's here in like a couple months. Could also go for a loan of 10 million. Looks like 10 million is the maximum amount of loans that are offered here. Unfortunately, well, let's see, if I did duration, 262,000 monthly payment. That is a lot. How much am I bringing in a month? I don't think I'm bringing in quite that much. Yeah, one thing I will say is that this game does have a lot of weird things to it. I think this could have actually been a really good game if it had a few quality of life things, like being able to speed up time. I think that would have really helped out this game. Facts Matter says, speaking of Fallout, why the hell is Bethesda still using the same engine since Oblivion? Hopefully not the Waterfall engine. Well, the quote-unquote Game Biro engine, I think, has a lot of similarities since, like, going back even to Morrowind. They add on to it, like Donald Trump said just there. They do add on to the whole engine, you know, with advances and that sort of thing. Facts Matter says it goes back to Daggerfall. Is it really that old? Well, I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily the same as the one that was in Daggerfall. Maybe. I don't know. It could be. Because at least you have more actual 3D characters in like Morrowind versus Daggerfall, where it's more sprites and that sort of thing. So I'll say it goes more back to just Morrowind, is what I'm safe in saying. Because especially if you look at like the console, I mean, the console in Morrowind is a bit different. It's a bit different in Oblivion, but it really starts to get very similar in Oblivion versus what it is now in like Fallout 4, for example. Donald Trump says it's the same, but over time it has evolved. Yeah, I mean, they have changed it, but at the same time, you know, again, there kind of are only so many things that you can do. I mean, if you've ever played Game Dev Tycoon, you can see that there's... I haven't played it myself. I've actually thought about playing it, but I haven't gotten that ambitious yet. But in Game Dev Tycoon, pretty much what happens is, you know, you can build your own engine and that sort of thing. But obviously that costs money to do, so it's a big balancing act as far as getting things to work. And I mean, you can make an engine work, add new models, that sort of thing, expand the engine to work in 64-bit. But yeah, it's like, do I want to see a new engine? Yes. Do I ever expect to see a new engine from Bethesda? I don't know. I think it would have to get to the point that the engine no longer actually works really well. So you'd have to have like a really new system of Windows, that sort of thing. And even though Windows 10 does like to break stuff, and has in the past even broken Fallout 4, I think, a bit, I don't think we're at the point where it's going to really break it like that. Facts Matter says, I'm sure another Skyrim reboot will cover the cost. Donald Trump says, they mostly have the original base structure for the engine, but overall the whole engine has changed so much. To an extent, I mean, you know, if you compare like this creation kit, for example, in Skyrim and Fallout 4, there's a lot, and I mean a lot, of similarities between the two. Like enough that if you could activate those core sections of code, you could probably implement a really good magic system in Fallout 4, which I think would be totally awesome. But again, you know, it's being able to actually access that part of the game. Facts Matter says, no excuses for 9 FPS in 2018. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I played the beta earlier, and there were some parts, or the beta for Fallout 76 earlier, and it was better since the latest update that they did, which implemented... Well, I can actually see water now, which is a big plus. Because before I couldn't see the water textures from above the water. And overall, it seems like some things were looking a bit better. Again, today's beta was only for like 2 hours, so I didn't really get to explore too much, which kind of sucked. But again, I have no idea about the planning decisions that they've made into this beta. It's been a bit of a mess, but outside of that, yeah, there is still a bit of a chugginess to the whole thing. And I mean, that kind of goes with a bunch of games, really, is that optimization of games is nowhere near like where it should be. You know, because we have so much in the way of being able to download games at faster speeds, that sort of thing, that no developer really does a good job at optimizing and reducing the size of textures and that sort of thing. Facts Matter says they should hold back on release. I think if they did that at this point, I don't know. I don't know if it would be received too well. Is there a game that's done that recently, as far as being like a couple weeks out and then chosen to... I want to say there is. That there was a game that was a couple weeks out and then they chose to hold off to make it better. I can't remember what exactly it was though. Alright, is it time for us to do the loan? I think it might be. 18.4, 16.8, 15.2, 14.8. Facts Matter says, honestly, I hope it fails really bad, so they will just focus on single player version of Fallout. If this succeeds, it will be 20 years before Fallout 5. Unfortunately, given the state of gaming nowadays, I'm not too... I don't feel too confident about it. One way or another, whether it succeeds or fails. I mean, just look at Star Wars Battlefront 2. For, you know, or the new Battlefront 2 that EA came out with. It just... I mean, it feels like, to a large extent, yeah, I mean, they're still doing updates for it, but to a large extent it feels like it's been abandoned. So, like, I'm afraid that, and it feels like the Star Wars license IP has been abandoned overall. Alright, well, I can buy this. I could do lower quality. But if I did lower quality for 4 and 4, be 2 million. Donald Trump says, honestly, they rushed 76. A rush game is a terrible game. I definitely won't disagree. Donald Trump says, Star Wars Battlefront 2 is just another way for EA to make quick cash through microtransactions. Yeah, and I'm afraid that, to an extent, Fallout 76 is kind of probably going to be around the same line of thinking. And yeah, they did fuck up really bad with Battlefront 2. Yeah, I wish I felt more confident on what Bethesda was doing as far as their Atom coins and all that sort of stuff goes, but yeah, I don't, so we'll see what happens. Alright, so Nancy Pelosi's talking about having retaken the House. So I'm pretty sure it's pretty much positive, even though CNN still hasn't like fully gone through to the 218 with their confirmation. Seems pretty certain that Democrats are going to retake the House. So I think, oh, let's close that out. Fortunately, I didn't have a porn window open. That's window capture went to. That would have been very embarrassing. All right. Donald Trump asks, how about... No, that was not porn. That was just the thumbnail. How about Skyrim Blades? Blades, I am open to seeing how they do. Facts Matter says Alex Jones tranny porn. Hey, if Alex Jones can get away with it, I can get away with it. Alright. Oh my god, this is going so slow. Can I do like a short 6-month 2 million loan? Yeah, but that's still very expensive. Donald says, by now I have no hope for Elder Scrolls Blades, I'm assuming, with how they did 76. I mean, I don't know, we'll see. I mean, talking to one of my friends, at least with Blades, in announcing that, they at least gave some fodder for the real hardcore fans. With announcing Elder Scrolls 6, even though that's far, far out in the future. At least they didn't do like what Blizzard did to fans of Diablo, where they announced, you know, the new Diablo Immortal, which is their mobile version, and then nothing else at all. Donald asks, is Nuby getting sick? No, I just have to sniffle. Hold on. Okay, I think I'm better. So yeah, I mean, at least with Elder Scrolls Blades, if they're doing it to supplement the mobile, while still at least saying that they're working on the stuff for, like, the actual, you know, hardcore gamers, then that's maybe not so bad. That I can accept. Donald says Diablo 3 is coming out for the Switch. Well, it's also coming out on mobile with Immortal. Like, the Switch, that's fine. But doing Immortal on mobile and kind of selling it as a brand new game, even though you're pretty much reusing everything from Diablo 3, I don't know. That doesn't make me feel too good. Facts Matter says, I think they had set up, if they tell fans, or if they felt fans didn't like 76 at least end on a happy note, Blizzard just attacked their fans and sent journalists on attack. Yeah, the way Blizzard handled the whole thing after it was revealed that people weren't too happy about it just kind of made things worse. So we'll see what happens with it. I mean, will I try out Diablo on mobile? Probably. Same like I'll probably try out Elder Scrolls Blades. Whether or not I'll like either of them, I don't know. If you are looking for mobile gameplay, I do actually recommend RuneScape Classic, which just came out on mobile, at least for Android, and probably on iPhone as well. But I don't do Apple anything, so I can't speak for them. But yeah, RuneScape Classic actually works pretty well on mobile, so I've been enjoying that a little bit on some of my random messing around time on my phone. So definitely recommend that if you're looking for a mobile game. Oh my goodness, this takes forever. Yeah, this is... Excuse me there. I tried to hit my key to mute myself, but I, since I'm in VMware playing this game, it did not mute, so oops. I hate to include coughs and sniffles and that sort of thing in stream. It just doesn't feel right to me. Anyways, Donald says Nuby got the plague. Maybe, maybe. Who told you? So, like, what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. So about this game overall, my general consensus is, again, if it had some good quality of life stuff, this actually probably could have been a fun game. But I see why pretty much no one knows about it. I mean, it's an interesting concept, but I think probably there are other things that do better. I don't know if there's any games that necessarily focus on the real estate buying up stuff. I mean, I play city builders, but I haven't really played anything that focuses on real estate, like as a private corporation sort of thing. I think there's like business tycoon sort of games. Not entirely sure if that includes real estate like this, but I will say it's interesting that they got Donald to provide his voice for this game. It's, you know, again, like I said earlier on at the start of the stream, it's interesting that we have a president who, if Donald Trump goes down as anything, at least one good thing for him is he at least has the title as the first president who's made an appearance in a video game. I think anyways. Unless Clinton did something. I mean, knowing Clinton, he probably did some kind of cameo somewhere along the line, or Al Gore or something. Even though Al Gore never was officially became president, but let's not relitigate the 2000 election. That's an entirely different thing. Facts Matter says, classic game Rags to Riches. You know, that sounds familiar. Let me see. Is that game on, I was thinking maybe that game would be on GOD, but apparently not. Facts Matter says, President Trump is the first internet-elected president. He got memed to the White House. Pretty much, pretty much. That's why I did my little thumbnail clickbait here. Alright, well, it looks like some people might be willing to come here, maybe. I can get 3 people at least. Oh, Facts Better says it's on Commodore 64. Oh, okay, that's a bit older than I was thinking there. Yeah, I don't think I've ever actually played a game on the Commodore 64. That's a bit before my time. I mean, I know it really... Well, no, never mind, it is actually. Yeah, it is. I was thinking maybe it wasn't. No, it is. But yeah, so now that we're at the end of the election for today, or at least the end portion, I can at least say congratulations to the Democrats on winning back the House. They did completely fail on what they were doing with the Senate, though. Donald Trump asks, how long until the next Elder Scrolls comes out? As far as I know, it's probably not going to come out until the next generation of consoles. Because the general thing that I've read on the internet, at least, is you're going to have Starfield come out next after like 76. So it's going to be 76, Starfield, then probably Elder Scrolls 6. And I think Starfield is pretty much being fielded as something that's going to be next generation on console as well. So unfortunately, it's going to be a long while. Facts Better says 2030, I'm guessing, or when they are nearing bankruptcy. See, that doesn't make me feel good at all because, oh, you know what? If I look at this, this kind of gives you an idea of what to do as far as finding people interested in your places around here. Okay. That gives me ideas then. Okay. Yeah, I definitely hope that they're not planning to do that, you know, run down all the money. Facts Matter says, no clue what Starfield is about. I don't think anyone really knows unless you're actually in Bethesda what Starfield is about. I mean, there have been a lot of rumors on the internet that it might be something that transitions between Skyrim and Fallout. I don't think it's necessarily that. I know it's a new IP overall for Bethesda. I think it would be interesting if they did try to do maybe something like a space fantasy sort of thing, like Star Wars, but in their own sort of take on it. I mean, to me, if they did something like that, Starfield could be amazing. You know, and mixed, if they used, you know, the same engine that they did for Fallout 4 and Skyrim for Starfield, and mixed, you know, the high-tech weaponry of Fallout, but perhaps in a more full-on high-tech thing with like magic from Skyrim. I think Starfield could do awesome. At least that's my sort of idea that's going around in my head. What I want Starfield to be about. Donald said, No Man's Sky, but better. And Faxmatter says, No Man's Sky, I'll pass. No, I don't think, I hope not anyways, that it's going to be like No Man's Sky. But again, we haven't heard anything about it, so it's hard to judge exactly what's going on. Alright, well, I guess that's going to be it for today, because this mission itself is going to take forever. And again, unfortunately, there is no... I'm trying key presses. Nope. There's no way that this... There's no way I can speed this up. Faxmatter says Cyberpunk next year. Yeah, I think Cyberpunk 2077 is coming out next year. From everything I've seen about it, I'm rather interested to see what it is. I've never played any of the Witcher games, but so I don't know exactly what CD Projekt Red does. Well, I've played the first Witcher game, like briefly. It was horrible, but everything I've seen from Cyberpunk 2077 looks pretty good. So I'd be interested in checking it out. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on next year when it comes to the stream, because there's going to be a rebid at work, so that's going to change things up. It's going to be a lot of change next year, probably. But we'll see what happens. So thanks for watching, folks. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and click on the bell icon so you stay notified on all of my streams and videos. And not entirely sure what we'll do tomorrow. I'll announce it in the Discord. If you haven't already, be sure to join the Discord. The link is in the description below. And I will see you all next time.